Hello there everybody and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays Dinkum, where we are back in Australia. My name is Will.
And I'm Nick.
And we are playing this amazing new game, and we're learning more about nature by playing games. That's the motto of this channel. So last time we finally had the museum coming to town, so we've got Theodore over here. At the moment it's looking a little bit empty. Nothing in the terraria, I guess, would be the correct term for all these things. And nothing in the aquarium either. A whole bunch of tanks, nothing in there. However, I do have a little fishy, little bony tongue. And some river bass as well, and a blue moon butterfly. So I've got some things that I can at least give him. And this is a very nice way of getting some permit points as well. So he's telling us that he wants to open the museum. I think he has already opened the museum. I'm not sure why he's telling me that he wants to do that. But anyway, have already done that, Theodore. Have already done that. You'll get 100 permit points for each creature that you donate to the museum here. And that gives us 300 for those 3 little creatures over there.
I'm also donating something.
Okay, what have you got to donate there, Nick?
Got a fly.
A fly.
And a yellow grass butterfly.
Oh, nice. Okay, so here's our little blue moon butterfly. It is in the enclosure over here in the terrarium. It is just chilling and flying around. And soon, when the fly and the yellow grass butterfly are also donated, they should also then be flying around here. Okay, there we go. That's the fly and the yellow grass butterfly. We can see flying around in the enclosure there. So that's quite cool.
Very cool, yeah.
And then, of course, you can also see here which creatures are currently in there. And then you can also, if you go to your pedia, you can also check which creatures you have actually caught and which ones are in the museum already. That little museum icon there will tell you that it is already in the museum. And only the ones that you yourself have caught will be showing up as pictures. And then going into this little enclosure over here, or the aquarium here, here's our bony tongue. They are known as bony tongues because they've got a bone-like structure in there, well, basically where the tongue also would be, and that is used to grip their prey, and it's used in pinching their prey against their top palate. So yeah, quite a cool weird fish. We'll be talking about them as we go along, of course. So the name of the game is Education, and we are going to be learning quite a lot about all these creatures. Now, what we do have here is Rayne, a new visitor. I always love it when Rayne comes to visit, and we are going to try our best to convince her to actually join us in this little world of ours. And to do that, we are going to ask her whether she's got anything for us to do. Any furniture we don't need anymore. I don't think we've got any furniture, hey love?
I'll have to check. Maybe there's like a table or something.
Yeah, there was the coffee table.
There's a table, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say yes, and then we'll just quickly chat with her as well. Wonderful, just telling us her story. Okay, and in order to actually buy anything from her, we need a farming permit. So we're just going to quickly get that license, the farming license. And that will allow us to actually make the scythe and scarecrow, and then also the grain mill. Wonderful, a whole bunch of new recipes. And we can then also go and buy some seeds. How much money do we have? Not a lot. Okay.
Oops, yeah, I also just gave my money out to the debt.
Ah, okay. So we're going to start out relatively slowly, but hopefully we can actually catch a few more fish here and make more money that way by selling fish again. So yeah, you'll find that I do a lot of fishing, and in the live streams, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fishing happening as well.
So when we pay our debt off, I can also get us a bulletin board.
Oh, that's going to be lovely, because that's also going to give us some rewards for each task we do.
Have you bought any seeds?
Not yet. I first need money.
I'm buying some sugar cane for us.
Okay, wonderful. I first needed the license, and then I needed to get enough. I need to get enough money to actually buy it.
I can only buy 8 seeds.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah,
the seeds are quite expensive. It's quite an expensive endeavor to become involved with. But then, of course, later on you can make amazing food with all the things that you have grown. And that also then brings in quite a lot of money. Okay, I've got a few fishies here that should help. Just going to cook them and sell them to John, because it is not Sunday anymore. We should be able to sell a bunch of stuff.
I'm selling our old paths.
Okay, all the old paths. Yeah, that's also a bit of an income at least.
92 things, so
Oh wow.
that was a waste. I'd rather go fishing.
Fishing is the way to go, dear.
And some traps. Ooh, I can go catch some
Daisies,
quickly.
some bush devils.
And then I'll fish afterwards.
Yeah. Just going to sell a bunch of fish. We've got 11 cooked freshwater fish. We're also going to be selling the cooked giant drumsticks and cooked drumsticks. 30,000. That's going to at least make that we can afford a few seeds. Right, so it was the Nordic coffee table after all, so we'll just go and give that to Rayne. And she gives us a bit of money in return, which we will immediately spend here. 10,000 just for the watering can, oh my word. And 800 for the hoe. Let's see, onion seeds. You bought some sugarcane, right? How much?
I have 8 sugarcane, yeah.
8 sugarcane, okay. I've got some sugarcane seeds, and I'm also going to buy a whole bunch of onion seeds. Because that's a very nice quick crop. That's going to really help us. Just need a bit more money, so I'm just going to go fishing again. See you also fishing?
Trying to.
You're trying to use my method?
Yeah, let's say that. Would be nice if we can start farming.
Oh yes. Yeah, that will be the rest of today's mission. Because we need to fence it off, because otherwise the jackaroos and everything will try to eat our seeds, which we don't want, our little plants. So we're going to need to have a jackaroo-proof fence all around. Technically also the emus would also go and eat our crops, and that was originally the problem, and that's why the Great Emu War was started, was because the emus were eating the grain of the farmers. And so we'll be in a similar situation if we do not do our best to just keep the animals out. Eventually, after unsuccessfully trying to repel the emus, eventually the farmers just kind of put up emu-proof fencing. So that's how that whole war ended.
Okay. I almost died.
Oh no! What happened?
I was trying to kill a crocodile.
Yeah?
So that I can sell the meat to John.
Yeah?
And then it almost killed me.
Oh dear.
So I'm gonna need like an apple or something. Oh, Guangdong.
Will Guangdong help?
Guangdong. Have we talked about the Guangdong?
We haven't talked about the Guangdong, no. It is actually an indigenous, it's a tree found in Australia, like the bush lime.
Yeah.
It is a bush tucker. It is a type of plant you would eat or get from the wild environment. So from its natural environment. Which is cool. Speaking of which, I've got some Guangdong that I need to plant as well.
Is it also this blue color?
Yeah, it's not quite as big. I mean, if you hold it here in your hands, you can see it's quite big, but it's actually quite small. It's about the size of a medium-sized fig.
Oh,
basically.
okay, small.
Yeah, it's quite small. It's not as big as it is shown here. Okay, I've got 2 rows of bush lime, 1 row of Guangdong. And I'll have 2 rows of bananas as well.
That's great. That's awesome. Okay, so I've got 4,000. What do I need to buy? More seeds?
Well, I've got a total of 54 onion seeds and 28 sugarcane seeds. You've got 8 sugarcane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that I think is fine.
It should be fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting materials for the fence. Chopping
Yes,
some gum
we need gum.
on it.
And I think we need tin as well, come to think of it.
Okay, I'll check for some ore.
Right, so I've got 12 bananas planted, 6 Guangdong, and 12 bush limes planted as well.
That's a nice little orchard.
That is. It's a nice little starting orchard.
Building our own food forest here.
Yes, indeed.
I would love to taste the fruits and stuff that you get in the game here, like the bush lime.
Oh yeah, I can't
Guangdong.
wait to one day eat some bush lime. I may have found here in South Africa, I may have found a place that sells the plants. But yeah, it's still going to be quite a while before we'll be able to get some. But hopefully someday we'll be able to taste those, and who knows, maybe Guangdong as well. At least if we ever visit Australia, we know which plants we really want to eat
Yes.
and taste.
So where are we going to make our little farmland?
That is a very good question, and I honestly have no idea.
Just so that I don't plant trees where I shouldn't, you know?
Oh yeah. Not too far from where our town is, and yeah, not in our faces either. I guess if
Maybe
that's
there at the back of John somewhere?
back of John, that could be. That's where I did plant our orchard though.
Let's see. Or next to the orchard type of thing.
Perhaps. We don't want to take out those spinifex, or not the spinifex, we don't want to take out those trees, the grass trees though. The tall things that look like they've got spinifex at the tips there.
Yeah, why not? They're not very pretty.
Yeah, but they don't regrow, they don't respawn, and if we take them out, then we cause the local extinction of a non-regrowing species. We have to be ecologically minded here, my dear.
The struggles of being married to an ecologist. You have to be good.
If there were a way for us to actually take out those trees and then replant them somewhere else, that would have made things a little bit different.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, I think I see a bee. I'm going to go catch the bee, he says shortly after telling his wife not to chop down trees.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm heading home, dear. I'll be there shortly.
I must actually make more traps. There's so many crockies here as well.
There are quite a few crocs, and of course there are the Tasmanian devils.
Yep, oh.
Or the bush devils, as they are called. Now, last time we did say that we are starting our little Tasmanian devil trapping program, not for the money, nor for the glory, but for conservation. And turns out that is actually more true and important than I initially thought, due to, and I mentioned last time, that there is some kind of disease hitting the Tasmanian devils, and the bad thing is, it's actually a type of infectious cancer that is doing the rounds with the Tasmanian devils in the world. So it's a cancer that can be spread from one individual to another when they bite each other, and that is a form of greeting for them. So they were constantly biting one another. So in essence, they are inevitably going to get bitten, and they are going to get that cancer or spread that cancer. It's really quite bad.
That is terrible, yeah.
And the thing is, what eventually happens is the tumors are on the face of the Tasmanian devil, so you can easily see that they actually have it, although, you know, when they just start out, it's not that clearly visible. But it is called devil facial tumor disease, I believe it is.
Hectic.
DFTD. Yeah, that's the one. So what happens is it starts growing around the gums of the Tasmanian devil, then starts getting larger, in some cases growing over the eye, and the devils then die due to starvation because they can't eat, they can't do anything, and they really end up, you know, really worse for wear. And as I said, they actually spread it to one another by close contact and biting one another, which is a very rare form of cancer. It's, you know, spreading from one individual to another that way.
I donated 2 fishies.
Nice. Eye-striped surgeonfish. Well, that's cool. You were obviously in the marine environment.
Yes.
Let's see. Crude fence. Oh, I don't know why I thought we needed that. Do we want to make it look crude, or do we want to make it look nice, dear?
Did you accidentally saw the planks?
No, I did not. But for the... I think let's go for crude, because we're going to need spinifex for that. And that is going to be something interesting to talk about as well.
No, the ugly brown grasses.
Yes, the ugly brown grasses that are nice and green during springtime. So they are a type of grass, the spinifex here, and I think there are 6 species of spinifex in the world. 5 of those are found in Australia. That's quite cool. But the spinifex here, the reason we are collecting them is because, and I'm just checking whether we've got any more. We've got 2 more, that's correct.
I have 1 here.
Have you got there as well? Another one. Okay. The reason we are collecting them is because you can take them and you can actually put them in the forge here. And it's going to burn like that. And then you are going to get the resin, the sap of the spinifex. And the spinifex plants, the grasses, actually have a lot of resin. And you can, traditionally it's shaken off. You take the whole clump of grass and you shake it off until it falls off. and then you gather all of that together and you burn it, and it gives you this black sticky substance. And that was used by the Australian Aboriginal people to actually use in tool making, where they were using it as a binding agent as well. They were using it to fix some of their tools. Later on, I believe it was also used as some kind of varnish. The amazing thing about this, and actually just head out here again, the trees that I don't want Nick to chop down, these grass trees, the Xanthoroa, that is also another plant that resin is obtained from. So from the leaves and so you can also obtain a resin, it seems, from them. Hey, you brought me some more, thank you. Oh, a whole bunch. Wow.
9.
9 of them. Anyway, so the thing with the Xanthoroa resin, though, is that it actually becomes brittle. You can't reheat it and reuse it, whereas the Spinifex resin that we've got over here is apparently quite amazing in that you can constantly reheat it and reshape it as needed. All you need is a bit of heat and then also a bit of moisture, some water on there, and you can actually use that as you can mold it again in the tools that you are trying to repair.
That's really cool.
That is really cool, and I love the fact that you can actually do that, well, use it in the game here. And for one thing, I've learned something new about it just by figuring out, or trying to figure out, what on earth are these Spinifex grasses and resins that we are getting. Okay, nice. Borrowing some seeds.
I'm so tired.
I see you are. Oh no, don't worry, I'll be joining you in your tiredness in a moment.
Where are you at with...
Just across the bridge.
Okay, are we going to plant?
I think that is where we can be planting it, don't you think?
I was actually wondering... Yeah, I think this is good. I was thinking this. Well done.
Yay,
well done for
great
reading
minds.
my thoughts.
And we're getting some more tufts as well. Stabbing one another in the process, but okay. We are dangerous. Beware, being married is dangerous to your health.
For the mania.
For the okay, you have how many? You've got 8 of the seeds of the sugarcane, right?
Yeah, let me just go fetch it. Right.
You can put them in this block that I've made. Not yet in that other row.
What other row?
You'll see expanding it a little bit more to this
okay.
side as well.
I hope you have enough fencing.
Let me actually put that up here as well in the meantime.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, indeed it does. Alright, little fenced off area for our lovely little sugarcane. That's what we've got there.
So I'm excited for the stream on Saturday.
Oh yes, that's going to be a lot of fun. Very interesting to see what on earth we get up to there.
Yeah, work on this town a bit to get it nice up and running.
Yes.
I'm gonna donate 4,000.
Okay, I've got 1,000 in total that I can. Oh, so I'm not going to donate.
I'll pay it with my poaching money tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. With your animal research money, you mean?
Oh yes. Sorry.
Yes. Right, so I'm just going to get the mining license level 2. That's going to be marvelous. Copper pickaxe. Great. Which is perfect timing, because my pickaxe is just about done.
Yeah, and then we can go do that, the big rocks.
Yes, and we can do the big rocks and start getting iron.
I've decided I'm pulling a villain, and I'm putting the cage just right over him.
Yeah, earlier when we were playing, we were running past the Tasmanian devils or the bush devils as they were sleeping, and just because they're nocturnal, and that's bush devils or Tasmanian devils are nocturnal in nature, or by nature, and I just kind of put the trap right over them. If they're napping and you put the trap over them, that's far less danger than trying to do it when they're awake and shooting fireballs at you. Okay, just dropping off a few more things at the museum, come to think of it. Some of the more common ones. I have donations. What have I got? I've got Harlequin butterfly, Ulysses butterfly, Scarlet Jezebel butterfly, bee, and the Tau emerald dragonfly.
Wow.
So a wide range, mostly butterflies, but one Hymenoptera, so the bee there in the Hymenoptera order, and one in the, what is it, the Odonata order, I believe, the dragonfly there. Completely unrelated to all the other ones. Okay, I'll just be moving around all the soil here, making room for our new little fence, new little farming plot.
I'll be right back. I've got the Watering can, I'm sorry.
No worries. I first need to hoe the ground, and then I need to plant, and then I need to water it. So still got more than enough time, my dear. I've also unearthed a little barrel, so that's going to be nice. Oh, shiny disc.
Awesome.
That's going to be useful later on with Theodore coming to town. Theodore is coming to town.
I was literally just thinking that before you started singing.
You can't be married for 3 years and not be in one another's minds, eh?
Yeah, although it feels like 30 years.
I know, eh? But in the
way.
best way possible.
Yeah.
Not in the, it's 30 years way.
Yeah, time drags.
Death sentence,
Ball and chain.
So here, of course, we do have a dingo walking around, or as it's called in the game here, a dingo. And dingoes are, although they look like they are native to Australia, they're actually not from Australia. They are technically also an invasive species, albeit one that lies within a moral grey area. Because they were brought in not more recently like a lot of other animals brought in by Europeans. Instead, the Dingos or the Dingos came along with some of the first humans that colonized Australia. And they probably hitched a lift with the people that moved in from Asia's side. And many people would consider them part of the indigenous fauna, although they are not indigenous and can also actually cause havoc with the local wildlife.
Do you need a water tea?
Have you got one on you?
Yes.
That would be lovely. I'm just putting up the last touches on the fence line here.
You should really make us another Billy, please.
I will. I will do that when I get back to tent now.
Another 1 or 2.
Yes, as many as we can possibly have. Oh my word, this guy now suddenly supercharged. He's swinging this hoe like it's going out of fashion. It is quite amazing. He's a rapid worker. That wattle brew is awesome.
I told you.
I should have taken that a long time ago. Would have been done with the whole town by now. I may have too few seeds.
I'm sure Rayne will come again soon.
Yeah, I've actually...
Tomorrow, maybe.
I've got way too few seeds. Well, no, that is a disappointment. Yo, watering is such an exhausting task to do.
What license do you need to be able to do the Billy?
That is the brewing one.
I don't think I have an option for that yet.
Is it?
No. Look at this sad bunny.
Oh no, the bunny is so sad. Shame.
We've got 9 bugs in the museum and 4 fish.
Well, the fish are going to become more now. I'm going to put a jungle perch, a carp, a white yabby, and yeah, that's all I've got. Those 3 things I'll put in. Okay, let's make another billy. We need 1 campfire
Yay.
and 2 tin bars. A campfire is 2 gum logs and 3 stone. I'll have both of those in a moment.
And we have enough tin bar as well.
Yes, yes we do.
Why are we keeping the termite nest?
I don't know. I think John was closed when I put it in there.
So the termite nests, eh?
Yes.
Is it the same type of termites we get here?
Well, it's the same family. It's cockroach related.
Oh.
But it will probably be a different genus and species. It could
Okay.
be in the harvester termites. Well, there's an iron from that shiny rock. That's nice.
Nice.
But yeah, basically in essence what's happening is we're just removing the above ground part of the nest, because by far the majority of the nest will be underground. It depends on species, but in this case I think the majority of the nest is actually underground. And we're just removing a little bit of above ground parts, and then they will remake that top part. I don't know why I didn't just make the billy can when I was here, but anyway. So you say just 1, right?
1 would be nice. More would be fantastic.
Good.
How many are you making? I could hear in your voice you're making more.
2!
Yay! Now you may also get some wattle tea.
Yay! Much rejoicing. Right. But dear, I think this is actually where we're going to have to call it a day, eh?
No, hide in the bushes.
Okay. Hide so I don't tell you that we're ending. Look at that. I'm gonna come find you. Peekaboo. Dangerous game we're playing. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for joining us in our little Australian adventure here with Dinkum. We'll be back again, well, tomorrow, actually, when we'll be streaming again. And we'll be streaming Dinkum tomorrow. So
That's
tune
gonna be
in
fun.
tomorrow, 7 to 11 South African time in the time zone UTC +2. I'll have the times down below for all the other time zones. And we'll see you there. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. We'll see you guys soon.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.